on the way for you in a bit, but not before our second uploader this evening. From Southend writer Claire Buss is back with us. Hasn't been with us for a little while, and that's A-OK on my book. If you've been on Upload before, whether it had been back in February of last year when we launched, or if it was just a few weeks ago, you're welcome back as and when you are ready to. Since it's a very emotive poem previously, all about lockdown, tonight is back with a sea shanty. I'm very happy to say about that. It's actually from a brand new book, which is out on the 12th of November, called The Bone Thief. So, yeah, Nathan Jones, up your game. Get yourself a book out, please. But firstly, before we play it, thank you for the upload, Claire. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, really well, thank you very much. It's lovely to have you back on the show, and welcome back to Upload again. How's things been? Is everyone in your world okay?
Yes, yeah, we're all good. The kids have gone back to school, so that's good, because homeschool was horrendous.
Apart from this week, which is half term, I imagine, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but, you know, we can cope with 1 week. That's okay.
Yeah, 1 week at a time's fine, exactly. And you say, well, it's a break for them. They're not supposed to be doing maths and geography and everything else like that. What was the hardest subject for you, Claire? Just out of interest, I'm being nosy now. What was the hardest subject to teach them?
I think maths. I mean, I'm lucky my son's was only in year 3, so it wasn't too hard, but he doesn't like maths. I don't like maths, so yeah, maths is definitely not a good subject.
Do they still do topic, by the way, in primary school? Is that still a thing?
Oh yes, they do. They're doing music, or they've just finished music topic at the moment, actually. So,
because I was trying to explain this to someone recently about what topic was in primary school, and I couldn't actually remember I couldn't really fathom the words to describe what topic was. They looked at me like I was an alien, and I went, what do you mean there's a subject in school called topic? And I went, yeah, like, it wasn't science, it wasn't maths, it was sort of, it's stuff, and I couldn't really work out.
It's humanities, isn't it? So it's art and history and geography and all that sort of stuff mixed together.
That was that's what I needed, Claire. I needed you to just, Rob, say humanities, and that will end the conversation. It's job done. Easy peasy. Well, it's sorry, we're just chatting about topic for a moment there. Very distracted. I want to talk a little bit about the Bone Thief, if I may, before we play the Sea Witch Shanty song. The Bone Thief. How long's this project been in the work for?
Oh, about a year. So had the idea last year. It's the 3rd book in my series, so it's continuing with the same characters. And yeah, I decided I wanted to release books 2 and 3 this year. So it's been a tight deadline, but we are on track.
So I'm very lucky to have met some wonderful authors who've published their first books in the last 4 to 5 years, and they've all said that, you know, there is a little bit of a pressure once you've got that first one done, you know, possibly an internal pressure to kind of do another. Did you feel that after book 1, or was there always an intention of doing a series?
No, these things have an odd way of happening. I find that I'll have no motivation for a really long time, and then suddenly the inspiration will hit and the characters start talking, and then all I can do is write the story. And then that's often how you then get ideas for the next book and the next book and so on, because you're having so many ideas all at once, and you can't obviously fit them all into the one book. So that's often what happens. I literally got to the end of The Bone Thief and had a aha moment for what's going to come next. So.
Oh, okay. So there is a 4th.
There will be a 4th, 5th, and 6th, hopefully. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I look forward to being able to talking a bit more about them as well, because, you know, I think one of the things that Upload's really highlighted to me is the expanse, the depth of art and creativity that Essex has to offer, and certainly on a, and I'll use the phrase, unsigned level. You know, those who don't have, like, you know, publishing deals or record label for music, or have a huge following of podcast listeners and things like that. But there are so many people really passionate about what they do and what they make, and I hope that Upload, I think you've proven that by sending everything you've sent over the last 18 months or 2 years nearly. But I hope that Upload has very much felt like that space for anyone listening to go, well, I make something, I'd like to share it with more people, and therefore you can, you know, go to the website and send us a little copy of it, which is great. So I absolutely, I hope we can talk more about books 3 and 4. I think 3 is coming out in 2 weeks.
November.
So 2 weeks time. 12th of
Yep.
November. And so is there any more you can tell me about The Bone Thief that's out in 2 weeks' time that you want to sort of tease with for now?
Yes. So I have a couple of main characters, as I say, that are in all three books, and their town is called Roshaven, and it's being threatened by these scary pirates called the Spice Ghosts, who are demanding the return of some mystical bones that they think one of my main characters, Jenny, has stolen, but she doesn't know anything about them. She doesn't know what they're talking about. So her and her boss, Ned, they try to figure out what's going on, and they end up approaching the dread Sea Witch, and with a nice little catchy cliffhanger, must avoid becoming catch of the day. So
This, I mean, I'm not sure if it's intended for people of my sort of age and that, but I feel like I need to read this, which means obviously I need to read 1 and 2 as well. Where can we find the books, Claire? Are they available online in bookshops in Essex?
yes, they're available on Amazon, ebook and paperback, and you can pop into your Waterstones in Southend and order them as well. And yeah, they're not children's books, but they are suitable for children. They are pretty much suitable for age 9 to 99, really. So
Excellent.
anyone can read them.
It's a shame I could mentally fall into the age bracket of 7-year-old, but yeah, I think I can probably stretch it just to get into this. So so the song itself that we're going to play in a second, Sea Witch Shanty song, is this something that features in the story?
It is in the story, yes. I finished writing the book and I wanted something to go at the beginning, but I didn't want to do a prologue because that would be too heavy. So I thought, oh, maybe I could do some kind of song that everyone is singing in the pub. And I tried to write it and it just wasn't really working. And I was wasting time scrolling reels on Instagram and came across The Wellerman by Nathan Evans and the various versions. And I was like, oh, wow, I love this. And I ended up listening to it on loop, annoying my entire family. And I just thought, I think I can definitely get inspired by this. And that's sort of where it grew from. And then I had the crazy idea of recording it. I'm not a singer by any stretch of imagination, but I just thought it would be a really cool extra to have to share for the book and to give people to listen to and get them excited about reading it.
This is the trailer to the book The Bone Thief, out on the 12th of November. That's how we'll build this. This is the trailer for it, and I'm very excited to see whether or not book 4 inspires a song prologue. That's interesting. Perhaps maybe some sort of soliloquy, or maybe some sort of poetic announcement at the start of book 4. You never know. This is the fun and the wonderment of being creative, and actually what BBC Upload has really done is open doors for people. It's shown how much amazing talent there is in Essex, and it's lovely to be able to celebrate it on this show, and again have you back, Claire, to share The Bone Thief with us, but also the Sea Witch Shanty song as well. Where can we find you? Is there anywhere we can find you and follow you and follow the sort of the writing progress online?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a website which is clairebus.co.uk, and you can catch me on Twitter at grasshopper2407.
Fantastic. Grasshopper2407 over on the Twitter sphere, or clairebus.co.uk is the easiest way to find it. Claire, thank you for being a part of the show tonight. Thank you for sharing with us that I had to stop there because I realised I was going to try and say sharing the Sea Witch Shanty song, which I thought I was going to stumble over, and then I've done it, and now I realise I could have done it first time, and I should have just braved it, shouldn't I? Thank you very much. But it is yours, so will you do us the honours, Claire, of introducing the trailer to The Bone Thief?
Yes, please enjoy listening to the Sea Witch Shanty.
There once was an evil witch of sea who would gladly try to capture thee. When the winds whipped up and the boat sank low, she'll stretch her hand and strike her blow. Beware when you sail on the sea so brave, or you'll end up in her evil cave. Pay your tribute and pay it quick, or you'll be drowning in the drink. This witch of the sea, she speaks to the dead, never satisfied. She wants your head collecting, so she's black to the core, a necromancer always after more. Beware when you sail on the sea so brave, or you'll end up in her evil cave. Pay your tribute and pay it quick, or you'll be drowning in the drink. The sea witch, she did lose her lover, never will she ever find another. She whip up a storm in the blink of an eye, and will never hear your dying cry. Beware when you sail on the sea so brave, or you'll end up in her evil cave. Pay your tribute and pay it quick, or you'll be drowning in the drink. With blackened eyes and scales of green, it's a sight you wish you'd never seen. Her smile is lined with razor-like teeth, she'll dig in her claws and sink you deep. Beware when you sail on the sea so brave, or you'll end up in her evil cave. Pay your tribute and pay it quick, or you'll be drowning in the drink. This witch rules the sea with an iron fist, and always demands sacrifice as gift. It cannot be paid with jewels or gold. Give her souls before their body grows cold. Beware when you sail on the sea so brave, or you'll end up in her evil cave. Pay your tribute and pay it quick, or you'll be drowning in the drink.
Our second uploader tonight from Southend, Claire Buss, the author behind The Bone Thief, and that is the trailer to it. It's out on the 12th of November. From all good bookstores, if you ask nicely. That's the Sea Witch Shanty song on BBC Upload here in Essex. And we are BBC Essex here through till 10 p.m. tonight.